Alright, so we started Thursday night at Halloween Swing Thing. We did a little crash course of basics, and we just touched on a couple key fundamentals in 3 basic patterns. Underarm turn, we talked about contra body on 1, 2. Followers did that with the arm off their body as a reminder, 1 and 2. So you notice when Tatiana starts arm off, she can bring it in and then prep that elbow back. That helps with the movement. Leaders, you could do the exact same thing, but a lot of you practice here as a basic. I'm fine with this, but over time, if your arm develops off your body a little, you could practice the same movement, right? Twisting your upper body. We tripled around that foot, leaders, and by taking a smaller 3, it allowed us to cross in front and follows pivoting their heel.
Followers, it's very important to sidestep, back, pivot, and that will actually make you cross naturally, okay?
And then the space between your forward, closing that on the end up before starting your anchor. Next, we did push break, and we talked about building compression on 3 and up. So not rushing out of the compression.
Followers.
We talked about changing your pitch a bit, staying up for 1, 2, falling in for 3, and standing up for 4. So it makes it look different. And then leaders, you're doing the absorbing in the arms. Your arms are setting the range of motion. Followers' arms are a little more fixed.
After count 2, your arms are fixed during that compression moment, okay?
Yes, last was the whip, and we talked about not needing a J hook if we think of basic flashlighting. So Tatiana comes in and passes me by flashlighting. From there, I decide to catch that momentum, redirect her, and send her out. The other thing is, leaders, you could do more advanced footwork by staying back for 3 and 4 to accentuate the 5 as more of an acceleration.
And followers on count 5, catch where your hip is naturally landing. So 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Do not walk back on a tight rope. Also 3 and 4. 3 and 4 keeps you more patient in that hand, so leaders have more options to do different moves off of the beginning of that whip.
And then the second half, we moved into rock and go. So really quick, the basic definition of rock and go is when you combine the anchor of one pattern with the prep of the following pattern. And so we talked about the idea of if you led 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, maybe you could get to a 1 to hit a break easier. So doing it based for musicality. Rather than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 1. Oh, I'm not able to hit that break because I'm mid-pattern. So that's the basic use of it. But then sometimes we like to build momentum off of these patterns. So when we did a tuck, 1, 2, 3, and we built a compression up top, sent it over for 4, lifted the right arm. We did a rock and go in this transition to a reverse whip. So that's just connecting 2 patterns together. It could be for musicality, or it could just be because we created that flow and we want to keep the momentum built.
Followers in your tuck, you're going to go forward. You're going to use your hip to prep your 2, then your torso to prep your 3. That's just your basic foundation of a tuck. Then from here, flipping forward, going back to get connection together forward. Please do not go forward unless your leader leads that part. Okay, the leaders are bringing you forward on that rock and go.
Actually, right on this side.
Cool.
Next, we did a fold, and this was our idea of a follower maybe inspiring rock and go. So basic fold, 3 and 4. As I sent Tatiana out, she went away to come in. So that had a feeling like she was inspiring the rock and go. This is the basic pattern where she would exit and just square up. Tatiana turned 4 and ronde. From that moment, leaders, you have to get them off their feet. So Tatiana is leaning away or lunging or even pitching back, and then we're reacting to it, coming in, compressing 7 and 8, and then we hitch the 9 and 10.
And just to simplify the breakdown real quick, followers 1, 2, 3, and on 4, I'm letting this hover. Okay, I'm hovering, then I have to push on and to start the ronde on 5. And 5, and come around, and 6, and then 7, 8. So I had a 5 into 6, and I had to wait for the lead for and a 7 into 8. Okay?
Great job today, everybody.
Thank you so much. Are you gonna have a good time this weekend? I'm so